I used a franking machine for many years, and I didn't really know that there was a choice, but there is. And well, over about a year and a half ago, we switched over to a Royal Mail business account, or an online business account as they call it, OBA. Franking machines, there was a quarterly fee. We had to pay for ink, we had to pay for labels. It was just, you know, a rip-off, frankly. The online topping up was a pain in the arse. If their systems were down, you wouldn't be able to top your own franking machine up. Just a completely unacceptable situation eventually. And it forced me to look into other options, and that's when I came across the very well known, I'm sure, amongst people running their own business, click and drop. Royal Mail click and drop is what we're looking at here. I happen to have the integration page up at the moment. Obviously I can't show you too much information because a lot of the pages are going to have personal information on them, which I can't show everybody, but it is a online portal. You can integrate it, so in our case we use eBay a lot. We also have other shops that aren't integrated, but we can produce a comma separated value file for the postage on any of those other shops, and we just upload those files to the click and drop system, and all of the information to print off a label is present in that information. So name, address, everything, weight, parcel size, and all of that, and what postal service you want to use, whether it's first class, second, signed for, whatever. It's really very easy. I mean, it's super easy if you use any of these already done integrations, especially eBay. I mean, you know, the orders just appear in the click and drop system, and I can print them out, and eBay is also automatically updated to say that the item's been shipped, so it's super useful and easy to use. Now, the other benefits of using a click and drop business account is the prices are cheaper generally than even franking accounts. I think this is probably done on a personalised basis, so you would need to contact the Royal Mail Business Systems Centre and discuss opening account with them. But I did that. It was very straightforward, no issues at all. But I did have obviously a recognised background with Royal Mail because we use the franking machine account. If you're brand new to the Royal Mail, it may not be quite so simple to open up an account, but definitely worth looking into. Now, the only thing you really need is a printer, thermal printer covered in dust like this one, and it uses these 6x4 labels. I don't know how many's on a roll, but it doesn't matter. I'll tell you why in a second. We've got some prices here. This is going to be used in a minute on a different video, but if you were sending a second class 200 up to 250 grams large letter, it's 140 with stamps. Small parcel up to 1 kilo is 310. Franking, it's 109. You see the difference, 295. OBA account is going to be less, but as I say, that may be individualized depending on your amount of revenue that you generate for the Royal Mail by using them. So I think they adjust the price accordingly, but it is definitely going to be less. Now, labels. When you start up with a Royal Mail OBA account, they give you labels free of charge. I ordered boxes of 12 of these from their online shop. These labels that go onto the sacks are also free. You can order sacks free of charge, although in my case I just drive down to the sorting office and grab a whole bunch of sacks every week or two. Things like the signed for labels, it's all customs declaration forms, the CN22s, all available from their shop and free of charge. I'm just going to bring this up onto the OBA account. Masses of options. You can have different departments, so you might have an eBay shop, you might have a website shop, you could have half a dozen different businesses, and you can keep them all separate. So each week you can look at the sales by department, and if you have a situation like I do, where somebody else is running one of the shops, you can just work out what they've used and bill them accordingly. It is very, very simple. Rarely get any problems. Sometimes they're updating their systems, so it'll go down for an hour or so of an evening or weekend, but other than that it's been pretty good. So yes, if you've currently got a franking machine, I would suggest that you go and look at a Royal Mail click and drop and OBA account, because you are going to be saving an awful lot of money. What I do the other thing that I also need to mention is, if you spend £16,500 on postage every year, the Royal Mail will actually come and pick your parcels up every single day, Monday to Friday, free of charge. Fortunately, we do spend that level, so we get a free collection. One of the things they need is these written out and put on the sacks, and the other thing they want is a printed copy of the transactions of the day, which the software prints out for you. So what I do is I print out a copy onto the free labels for myself, so I've got a copy of that, and the Royal Mail person who collects the parcels just gets a couple of sheets of normal paper. So I have reduced the amount of printing down hugely, or printing that I have to pay for anyway, just really to a couple of sheets of A4 every day. Everything else I do is done on the free labels. I really don't know how much that saves a year, but it's going to be quite a lot of money. I think the biggest thing missing here is open cart. Many shops, including our own, are based on open cart software, and I think they really need to get an integration for that. Like I say, you can get around it pretty easy just by producing your own CSV files and importing into a click and drop. Again, I can't show you this because there's personal information on there all over the place. In fact, I'm going to have to watch this video back before I upload it, just in case I've missed some information that's shown other than my name, which I'm not bothered about. Everybody knows that. But it's super easy to import. You just go up to the top here and go down to import, click on the files, import it, and everything appears, and then you can print off the labels either one at a time or all together. So many options. You really do need to look into it. If you've got a franking machine, you're just wasting money. You're giving it away. So definitely look into the Royal Mail's click and drop service. And so yeah, that's it really. Ditch your franking machine. It's costing you money.